Hello, everybody. I'm back. It's Bernadette Cole, your certified high performance coach, transformational coach, clairvoyant. What else? So many things. Not here to talk about coaching. We're going to talk about the health stuff. I'm going to give you an update. I promised I would. I think the last update when I kind of sprung it on y'all, like what's been going on with my health, was last week before I did the overnight in the EE Systems room. So I want to give you an update on that. I've been on the parasite pills for a week as well, I think. I mean, I've ramped it all up. So yeah, I think I've been on the parasite stuff for a week. So I'll give you an update on that. I said I would fill y'all in. I've had some interesting conversations this week. Several people that are experiencing digestive problems, stomach pains, all kinds of stuff, long haul, COVID. And funny enough, all of a sudden, everybody's getting in touch with me for biomagnetism therapy, long distance and into my office. And I'm sorry about my nose. Part of this detox today, it seems like things are coming out of my nose, but I want to share kind of where I'm at, what's been happening. I did an overnight. So if you'll remember on Monday, a week ago Monday, and I got to get a new calendar because I don't have one that tells me what the dates are on my wall anymore. I'm looking and it's like it's not there. Um, but Monday, a week ago Monday, I went for 4 hours to the EE Systems. And then this Saturday, I spent the night there, did an overnight. And lots of changes. I think I mentioned like I was able to sleep on my left side for a little bit, lay on my left side, which I haven't been able to do in years. I actually slept on my left side when I did the overnight in the EE Systems. And I have not been able to do that since I was 19. Do the math because I'm 57. It's been many years since I broke my hip. My horse stepped on me. Been many years since I've had pins and needles pain, and then it goes numb, and it's just highly uncomfortable to be on that side. I slept on it and laid on that side throughout the night when I was in the EE Systems. Say hello if you're here. Please let me know that you're here watching. We're on Facebook and I'm on YouTube. We've got one of you on YouTube, a couple of you on Facebook watching live. Even if you're watching the replay, please let me know you're here or that you were here. Hi, Miss Ashley. So I was able to sleep on my side, right? No pain, no weird numbness. Now I had a massage yesterday. I get a monthly massage. I have a membership. So she knows my body well. She has felt the mass and she had to because over the last 2 months, it's been hurting when she does a massage on my right side. Like it really hurts when she pushes on it. And so I had her feel it last time and she's like, oh my God, right? But she knows how much tension, yet is my idea of rest. She knows how much tension is usually in my neck. And I have, since I've broken my tailbone, I have constant pain, tension in my piriformis muscles, the muscles that run kind of from your sacrum out on both sides. There's little muscles in there and they get super sore and then it wraps around my hips. I asked her yesterday how my body was and she goes, your body's changed. Like it's changed a lot. There's not that much tension. When she did some reflexology on the bottom of my feet, on the intestine points, those were super tight. But she's like, the only place where it's tight is right here and like your arms. And I was on my computer all day yesterday, creating all this stuff for you guys. And so usually it hurts when she does a massage on my hips and my butt area, my lower back. I'm not hurting. So when I came out of the EE System on Sunday, after being able to sleep on my left side and whatnot, while I didn't have like a feeling that that the mass had changed that much, it seemed like it was maybe a little smaller. My digestion kicked in a big, big way on Sunday, which was amazing. I needed that because whatever is happening with this, it's really affected my digestion a lot. That was great. But the first thing I noticed is I got in my car. And since I've had my neck surgery where they replaced my disc in 2010, I've had to use the lumbar support in my car all the way up. Like, other people get in my car and they're like, "Oh my god, it's like you're arching your back." And I'm like, "I have to have it there or it feels like it hurts." When I got in the car, the lumbar hurt. I'm like, "What is going on? This is so weird." So I had to turn it all the way down. And I drove 2 hours because I had to drop my friend off at her house, drive another hour home from the center, the healing center, and no lumbar. Got in my car yesterday, no lumbar. My back has shifted and changed. My hips have shifted and changed. And while my main concern is the huge mess in my belly, and over my intestines, I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a great result. On top of that, my brain is clear. I'm able to think. I've had a very highly stressful week, kind of meltdown type days. On Tuesday was a horribly stressful day, and I was ready to give up on so many things. It's been a very stressful kind of week and a half. But I am like, my digestion is getting so good. It's like normal. Like, I'm going to the bathroom 3 times a day. And I'm on a crazy restrictive diet right now with the Ayurvedic herbs and the Ayurvedic diet, but it is working. And until this mass is gone, I'm sticking to it. But I am going to go and do 4 overnights in a row with Sunday during the day included. So I'm going Saturday night, staying all day Sunday, Sunday night, coming home Monday to work, going back Monday night, and then going back on Tuesday night. So 4 solid days, several hours compounded in a row. When you're dealing with something like cancer, a mass, a tumor, something like, you need consecutive overnights. If you're acutely sick or you've been chronically sick and some of your symptoms have been acute, the recommendation is to compound the effects and go multiple days in a row. And that's what will take care of it, and really have an amazing effect. When I was watching the videos about people that had cancer and shrunk their tumors and were blind and got their vision back, which is just insane to me. I hope my vision improves. That'd be fabulous. I'm gonna wear my glasses just in case, like, because right now I can barely see without contacts or glasses. In any case, it's the reason that those things improved is because they did a bunch of overnights, and then they finished up their sessions with a few hours here and there, right? Um, I canceled my insurance on Tuesday as well, or yesterday. I don't even know what day it was. I canceled my insurance, and because my accountant was telling me how screwed up Marketplace is. If you have a subsidy from the Marketplace, it affects your taxes at the end of the year. And I'm like, what? Like, that's a lot of money I'm going to end up. Couldn't get a primary to call me back anyways. And I'm going all natural. I've done this enough times. The only reason I got insurance was potentially going to go to the doctors because I got scared. My family got real scared. They wanted me to get the diagnostics. My colon hydrotherapist wanted me to get the diagnostics, which are highly expensive. But I've been running myself on my machine. And the change from Friday, I ran myself, the change in my scan from Friday to Sunday morning, night and day, and the energy's holding. So, because I did run myself again this morning to make sure, and sure enough, the energy's holding. My life force frequency's up. The colon cancer on the scan disappeared from Friday to Sunday. It was there on Friday. It was not there on Sunday, which makes me very happy. Still got stuff to take care of. And today, it actually does feel smaller. But when my massage therapist was palpating it yesterday, she goes, "It feels different." Like, I don't know. I don't remember the exact size. She goes, "But it feels like it's slightly softer." And what I'm noticing in size-wise is it shrunk about 2 inches on each side and then an inch from top to bottom, that mass. I mean, it's a big mass. And yesterday, it was really hurting on my side, but it's not hurting today. So there's that. Those are the results I've gotten so far. The parasite cleanse, so many pills. You have to take 10 pills of this gram, this stuff. And I am getting little worms out. I'm not seeing big ones, and I know there's still some big ones in there. But I think part of that is it's not getting the old stuff out. So I have another colon formula that I use. If you're interested, you can go on my website, but you got to drink a ton of water with it. And I wasn't before. So I'm going to take that Friday morning because I know I'm going to be in the systems, the energy healing for those, several days, lots of hours. I'm going to take it Friday, test it. And if it works to clear out some of the old stuff, I'll take it on Saturday and then go into the system and let it do its thing. Lots of stuff moving around in my stomach, lots of stomach sounds when I'm in the EE systems. It's crazy. It's crazy how peaceful it is. It's insane to me how refreshing it is. I mean, it was very calm. I took the day off Sunday. I just wanted to rest. After all of that, I had to take a detox bath. And that's one of the things they say is afterwards, take a salt bath, not Epsom salt, sea salt. Take a salt bath, detox. And I've gotten more done this week than I've been able to get done in probably a month because my brain is working. And they're hard things. They're not easy things. They're stressful things. So if any of you are dealing with chronic or acute health issues, if you've gotten a scary diagnosis, if you're not sure what to do because the doctors aren't hearing you and you're not getting your stuff addressed, I want you to understand one thing. The healthcare system's failing. It's not like I've never said that before, and I'm not trying to criticize anyone. I'm speaking fact. I'm as much a customer of the healthcare system as everybody else. But I understand what's in our food. I understand what causes problems. And I also understand that most of the time they're treating symptoms and it's so compartmentalized. I mean, you've got specialists from every field. You go to a psychologist for your mental health. You go to an eye doctor for your eye health. You go to an ear, nose, and throat for your ears and a heart specialist for your heart. Nobody ties the entire system together, and your body is not compartmentalized. Your emotional and mental health have everything to do with your physical health and the stress levels that your organs endure. Your sleep has something to do with it. Your diet absolutely does. Your exercise, your oxygen rates, the amount of protein and vitamins and minerals that you're taking, it all has everything to do with every part. And there are remedies, there are healing, natural healing that's available. No, it's not out in the mainstream yet. They try to suppress it, and they make it very difficult for natural practitioners to get stuff out there. We can't say it heals, cures, or treats. That's reality. We cannot say those words. When you're dealing with alternative health, you cannot say it heals, it heals, cures, or treats. But you can say that as a doctor with medicine, even though there's side effects that are going to cause other things. So it's very confusing to people that don't understand how the body works. And I want to assure you, if you or someone you love is going through it, there are people like me that are helpful. I'm an intuitive. I don't call myself a health coach, but I do natural alternative practice. And I have an office in town where I do biomagnetism sessions, and involved in that is talking about lifestyle changes with the diet. And I do typically, depending on what's going on with Sun, I am very geared towards plant-based because I've seen the biggest breakthroughs with health and healing with plant-based diet, because then you don't need supplements and your body can detox and your liver can regenerate. Literally, your liver, as long as it's not completely shut down, like it will regenerate. It takes time. And the one thing that you need to understand about alternative healthcare and natural remedies, it takes longer than popping a pill. But here's the difference. There are no side effects, nasty side effects. You're not taking a pill and getting 10 new conditions, even though you feel better in one moment. And that's part of the mentality that we have to shift. That mindset has to shift. I've been through this journey so many times, whether I fought leukemia and went through that naturally, or I took care of a colon tumor back in 2014, 2015, naturally. It's not easy and it's not fun, but it's a whole lot more fun than knowing that I'm getting chemo and radiation and it's killing me. I mean, I've always been clear. I've always been clear. If I go that route, I'm dead in 6 months. My body can't handle it. I'm dead in 6 months. So it's not worth it to me. You know, I don't hate doctors. I went and got surgery on my neck when my 3 discs blew out and I had an osteophyte pushing into my spinal cord to the point where the chances of paralysis if I did nothing were pretty much 95%, right? It wasn't worth it. I love doctors for that. But I don't like the way that the healthcare system and the insurance marketplace crap is set up, which I don't know if most people understand this. I don't know if you know this, but go do your research. Most of the hospitals and primary cares and all of those are now owned by investment brokerage firms. If you follow the money and go to the parent companies of the hospitals and the healthcare systems now, they're owned by the investment brokers. Your healthcare insurance companies are owned by the investment brokers. It's all for profit. I don't care where you go. It's all for profit. And if you go to the emergency room anymore, they barely do anything. Like barely do anything. So it is our personal responsibility not to always just listen to what doctors are telling us. And I'm not telling you don't follow your doctor's advice. If you're going that route, go that route. But I'm telling you, check your side effects of your medication and look at the contraindications of the massive amounts of medications you're on. Because if you're getting one medication from your heart doctor and you're getting another medication from your kidney doctor and you're getting another medication for pain and another medication for constipation because all the other medications are causing constipation and they're telling you to take Miralax 3 times a day, which is ridiculous. It's got glycol in it. Like, it's no wonder you're sick. If you're having heart problems, chances are it started in your liver. Clean up your liver. How do we do that? We do that with diet. They told my dad there was no way to reverse his numbers with CLL because of his age. It was just going to continue to get worse. We've held his numbers steady for over 10 years. He has been in stage 3 renal failure, asymptomatic. Guess what? They told us we couldn't fix his numbers. We couldn't improve his renal function. Oh, yes, we have. And he's just fine. And he's 82 years old. They said that we couldn't get him off his heart medications, and we have gotten him from 2 to 1. So they don't know, and they are not required. Doctors are not required. Let me say this slowly. In order to get to become a doctor, a PhD, you do not have to take nutrition in school. You do not. In fact, the US doctors don't have to train as long as some other countries like Brazil, Colombia, Mexico. Funny, isn't it? But they are not required to take nutrition. So when they sit there and go, supplements don't do anything, your plant-based diet's not good for you, it's not going to do anything. Really? Do you know that? Did you have to take nutrition in school? Oh, that's right, you didn't. And where do you get your nutrition advice? From the American Heart Association, which is funded by the cattle farmers and the processed food companies? I'm not telling you guys anything that you cannot research on your own. If you don't believe me, and I think you should not believe me, right? Don't trust everything you hear. I'm a skeptic. Do your research. I've done it all for a long, long time. So when people tell me I'm crazy for not running to the doctor because of cancer, I'm like, okay, do you. I'm going to do me. I'm not saying that you're crazy if you do run to the doctor, because not everybody has the strength of mind and discipline and commitment that I have to take care of things on my own. Not everybody has the desire to go that route, but I'm telling you, it's the best damn route, and your body will heal quicker than you realize, and no side effects. No side effects. Seriously. Ashley's saying, been doing my research, which I'm going plant-based. If you're in America, America has one of the dirtiest food systems out there. I mean, you look, if you were to follow, and I have it tracked on my computer, I get alerts when there's a salmonella outbreak, when there's an E. coli outbreak, when there's an H. pylori outbreak. I have those tracked on my phone to see which products are recalled, not my phone, my computer, see which products are recalled. If y'all went to the FDA site to see how many food products have been recalled because of bacteria, you would be grossed out and shocked. And for people that don't understand parasites, look it up. Everybody has them. I'm not special. Everybody has parasites. Everybody. How do you get them? How do you get H. pylori? If you eat vegetables and it's on the vegetables, even if it's organic, and let me be clear about this, and chicken and in the meat and in sushi, like it's everywhere, but like cooking it's not always going to kill it. Is not always going to kill the bacteria, but if you're washing your vegetables and even organic, they don't spray chemical fertilizer. Guess what they do? They use manure. So what do you think's in manure? Cow manure. Parasites, H. pylori bacteria, salmonella, E. coli. So when people look at me and they're like, what do you mean we all have parasites? Yeah, it's all in your food. And you think you can cook all of that bacteria out. You can't. You can't. And if you cut your chicken or your beef or your hamburger or your whatever on your cutting board, it takes a whole lot to disinfect that. But then you track it. I was watching a Netflix special and they did a black light of someone moving food around their kitchen and showed all the places with the black light when they shut it off. And they'd cleaned up, they'd bleached and all the places that the bacteria from the food they were handling spread all over the kitchen, the refrigerator, the counters, like all over. It was insane. And you look at that and it's like, oh, yeah, no wonder. No wonder. Believe this, y'all. I have and am doing my research only thanks to Bernadette. This is true. My husband's living proof. Yeah. And I just want to empower you guys. Like, I know my journey, what I'm doing with my body, it's not going to work for everybody. Like, you actually have to be self-responsible. And I love this, Sandy. Take responsibility for your health. Your body has amazing recuperative powers if you give it a chance and respect it. Absolutely. You know, and some of the simplest things like sleep. Like I coach Andy and we talked about his sleep. And he didn't think it was going to make that much of a difference to add a couple hours to his sleep schedule. It made a huge difference. And your organs your brain needs recharging. You have to sleep. I know a lot of people have disturbed sleep, never hit REM sleep because they're up going to the bathroom all the time. You should not be getting up and going to the bathroom all night. You should not. That's a problem with your kidneys. And we don't normally think of that as a symptom, but it is a symptom. So, yes, true. My husband got a parasite in the ventricle of his brain. Yeah. How do the worms get there? Well, they don't just stay in one part of your body. I've had clients have them come out of their lungs and cough them out. I mean, it's insane. You guys could go on to TikTok, Instagram, do some research like parasites. It's amazing what comes out of people's bodies. Amazing. And we just don't realize. We think our dogs just get it. Well, guess what? You can pick up parasites from your dogs too. Families share viruses, pathogens, fungus, and parasites. And we do it with our dogs too. Dr. Garcia, who I certified under for biomagnetism therapy, as much as he loves animals, he won't have any because he doesn't want them in his house. And he has kids. And I'm like, I'm willing to take that chance. But I'm well aware of the fact that dust mites, things on Penny's coat, parasites, I have to stay on top of it for her as much as I do for me. When you get your dogs vaccinated, and here's a thing most people don't understand, when you give your dog the rabies vaccine, they do a shedding of that virus. When they put it into them, they put a little bit of it into them. It can affect you. And we don't think about that. We just think, well, when we put the flea medication on or whatever, we got to watch out for that so we don't pick it up. They shed viral too. Dogs, cats shed virus too. So take responsibility for your health, because these aren't things that doctors look for. I've talked so many times about Epstein-Barr virus. It's just insidious the way it works late stages and how it interacts with other pathogens in the body, especially people that have like chronic fatigue, autoimmune. And the doctors always tell you it's an autoimmune disease. Your body is seeing different parts of your body as something it needs to attack. Your body doesn't attack itself. Doesn't attack your thyroid. It doesn't attack your body doesn't. God did not create a body to do that. So like it's nonsensical, but then you call the doctors on it and they look and they always say this to me, especially when I go in with my dad. Well, who are you and what do you do? And I'm like, I do nothing. I'm nobody, but I know a few things about medicine. You know, I've studied the medical journals. I've studied the anatomy books. I've studied a whole lot. Did not go to medical school, but I know a lot and I've healed a lot naturally on my own, living proof that it works. It just is not as fast as a quick little pill. But those quick little pills, please pay attention. They can do a lot of harm. Like they gave my dad one he was allergic to, and it created all kinds of muscle cramping. And on a Friday, he started it, which I never recommend anyone start a new medication on a Friday. Listen to what I'm saying. Never start a new medication on Friday. Wait until Monday and only start one Monday through Thursday. You need to see what your body's going to do with it, and you need to be able to reach your damn doctor. Because if you go into the ER half the time, they have no communication with your doctor, right? And then if you don't take your medications with you, take all of your medications to the ER if you have an emergency and you go. Because that's the only way they're going to know what you're on. Don't bring the list, bring the damn pills, all of them, and ask them to check if anything is contraindicating and anything is causing a reaction from one to the other. They have my daughter on a medication that contraindicated another one of her disorders. It's like, what are you people doing? And it's because they're coming from two different specialists. I'm just saying. I hope you guys learned something. I will keep you updated when I'm done with my several days in the EE systems. Someone asked me yesterday, how does EE systems compare to biomagnetism therapy? And I will tell you this, you can't compare two different modalities because they do two different things. While EE system can heal a lot and bring balance into the body, biomagnetism therapy is very targeted, specific to you. Your body knows what to do with the scalar frequencies when you're in the EE systems, but it takes a little bit longer because it's not like you're going after specific pathogens. I was talking to someone about the EE systems that owns it and or that runs it, and she was asking me how would it work. I'm like, it would work really well. Because once I get the body balanced and we start that journey, then you add the scalar system on top of it. It's amazing how quick the body can heal. I'm using all of it. Ayurvedic herbs and diet. I'm on a Vata diet and I'm on Vata herbs. I am doing biomagnetism therapy. I'm still running my machine, my QXCI machine, even though the frequencies are not super strong because the machine's over 20 years old. I'm doing the EE systems. I'm doing a parasite cleanse. I'm doing everything under the sun to go after this from every angle. What I'm eating, what I'm drinking, quantities, all of it. And that is what it takes when you want your health back. It's not a big deal to me to spend a few months getting things back in order. It's my fault. Stress levels high, ignored them. Didn't work on myself when I knew this was going on for months. I let it get really bad, which was my bad, but I always put everyone first, and that's one of my lessons. I asked Spirit, because some of you may wonder, we had this conversation in Hidden Wisdom last night. Like, I'm a psychic. How come I don't know? Like, how come I didn't know? I knew something was going on. I was treating it passively. Let's just say passively. Wasn't going after it strong. I kept putting stuff off, and I know better. But I have asked Spirit, like, why am I doing this again? Why have I gone through cancer so many times? Why do I constantly have to deal with this every 5 years, 10 years, however often? And part of what they said to me as this is coming up is because A, we live in a very toxic environment. Our food, our environments, it's toxic, number one. And B, I have the strength and the voice and the platform, and I don't have fear about it, to be able to share this journey with you all so that I can help educate you and empower you for you and your family to take back the power in your life over your health. I've got some other stuff I want to talk to you guys about in another live, where I want to talk to you about some of the spiritual stuff that's been coming in. But if you didn't watch my yearly forecast, I urge you to get a copy of that. If you want that, plus you want to work with me for a very affordable price, $40 a month, come into Hidden Wisdom. You get all kinds of free resources from me, ebooks, like you get live coaching with me. You get a monthly forecast. The yearly forecast is free. There's courses in there. We're adding more every week or month. Like, you get a lot from me, and you get to talk to me. I don't like, in coaching, you get to talk to me. And there's no, like, you can't ask questions about health or you can ask whatever you want, whatever you're going through, and I will coach you through whatever it is. It's open forum. And last night we did a lot on health, and we did some stuff on anger and triggers and PTSD. I cover all of it. And you can't work with me for less than $350 an hour. It's impossible. It's not available unless you're doing a biomagnetism session, which, because that's a healing, I'm trying to keep it affordable. It's 2 to 2.5 hour session for $185, right? That price is going up. But you get to work with me every month. You get to interact with my community, and you get tons of resources. And we are going to load more of the stuff that I've done in the past. So it's all in one place in your portal. You can join us in a Facebook group, amazing people in there, and start to educate yourself about your spiritual growth, your personal growth, your health, your healing journey. We talk about work. We talk about everything. We talk about parenting. We talk about kids. I was in my first coaching class in Hidden Wisdom last night, and it was so inspiring. A lot of aha moments. I'm so glad that you joined us. We have a couple new people in there, and I think it's just going to keep growing. My reason for really refocusing a lot of my effort right now to get people into Hidden Wisdom is because Spirit said everybody's going to need a solid place to land this year. And if you're in there and you're learning from me, you will have a foundation and a support community when things get even harder, and they are going to get difficult. Systems are falling apart. People are getting laid off. The economy, like, if you listen to the news, which I don't, but I kind of know on the periphery what's going on. The economy's struggling. Everybody's stressed out. Like, you can come in there, you can be authentic, and I'm going to coach you to be your highest self. We all need to raise our vibe. I am returning back to, if you haven't noticed, my roots, which is as a spiritual teacher and an intuitive. I am still doing high performance coaching. I'm still doing transformational coaching, but I really want to reach as many people. I have a mission to reach 1 million people and change their lives, because that 1 million, it's going to change multiple millions of people's lives. You know, I've worked with over, probably closer to 50,000 when I start to count them up. I know we stopped counting at 40,000 several years ago that I've worked with, over 40,000 people. It's well over 50 now. And my goal is to multiply that. Not for me. I want to change people's lives. I don't want people to be afraid. I don't want people to be hurting. And I don't want people to think they have no power. Y'all have power. And as we ascend spiritually, which we are trying, and this planet is suffering right now, like all of humanity, we are one. There's a lot of people suffering right now. A lot of people angry right now. And there's no judgment. It's just They're operating in fear. If you're angry, you're operating in fear. Fear, anger falls under fear. There's two energies in this world, two that everything falls under: love or fear. And if you're in love, you have that chance to raise your level of unconditional love and raise your vibration much higher. If you're in fear, you're going to have all kinds of things like anxiety, hatred, resentment. You'll be triggered. You have worry and all those things. We got to get everybody on the path to love, where joy and peace and fulfillment and positivity and generosity and kindness and compassion reside. That's the path. Like, I'm trying to get people to see there's an off ramp off the fear highway. Let's go on to the positivity love highway and start to help each other. And that's my goal. So I asked Spirit if this was going to take me down, like this mass. And they said, no, it's not, but it's not going to be fun. And it has not been fun. It's been months of craziness. But it's getting easier. I have more energy. I've lost a decent amount of weight, but I feel good. I'm thinking straight. My energy's coming back. My ability to hear Spirit's coming back. And I know for those of you who are sick, it's really difficult to grow when you don't physically feel well. So let's get your health back in order, right? If you do want to do a session with me, biomagnetism session, just go onto my website. Just click the little button. People always ask me, well, can it work for that? I don't know what it doesn't work for. I know it doesn't cure blindness, right? Like it doesn't restore your vision. Not supposed to say the word cure, but the EE systems, people have gotten their vision restored. They have to stay several days, and they're like, oh, the price. If you add up how much you spend in a year on medications and BS going out to eat and crappy food and poison, you really can't speak to, I can't afford it. I'm so tired of people coming to me going, ooh, what does it cost? Because insurance doesn't cover it. Guess what? Things that actually work, insurance doesn't cover it. It doesn't. Cost more money to eat organic. No, it doesn't. When you look at the price you pay in your physical body and the medications you have to take from the damage you do to your body by not eating healthy, we got to get our priorities straight. And I know for some of you, I'm preaching to the choir, and some of you are like, what is she talking about? Because you haven't paid attention to where your food's coming from and what you're eating. It's like, but that's what's in the store. Yeah, fast and easy. Instant gratification. Tastes amazing. Enough sugar, cancer grows. Enough sugar, you're feeding the parasites. Right? Yeah, I love this. How much is your health worth? How much is your sanity worth? How much is your health? And this is what I tell parents, because I'm a mother and I'm a grandmother. How much is you being around for your children and your grandchildren worth to you? And how much is it worth to them? Right? I am not afraid of dying. I know what's on the other side. It's very tempting to let everything go and just check out. I'll be praying for you from heaven. But I know my journey's not done, and I know my purpose is not fulfilled. I know there's more. And I know the sadness and pain it would cause my children if I just let everything go and died. Do you? Because it sucks for your kids. And whether you're just 100 pounds overweight, if you've eaten poorly and you have type 2 diabetes, if you've got stress levels that are through the moon that make you come home and you can't even be present, it is affecting your family too. And what's that worth to you? Right? I mean, we'll go spend $100 at McDonald's to take the family out and let the kids play. Why wouldn't you spend that for your health? So I hope this this helps. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but there are natural remedies. Your body's built to heal itself. God made us that way. When people want to run to the doctor and think the doctors have all the answers, they really do not. And the textbooks for medical school have not changed decades upon decades, even though we've scientifically evolved in what we understand. They haven't changed. In fact, the segmentation compartmentalization of the human body has just gotten worse. And we need to bring it back together to a holistic perspective. That's why when I help people and I do coaching, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at your health. I'm looking at your mental and mindset. I'm looking at your emotions. I'm looking at how you interact in the world. I'm looking at your career. I'm looking at your finances. I'm looking at everything because there is no separation. Anything that has to do with you is you, and it will affect you. All right, getting off the soapbox. I'm going to go rest. I have Charm Life coaching tonight, my year-long program. I hope that helps, and I just wanted to give that update, and that went a very long time. Does anyone have any questions for me before I leave about anything, whether it's hidden wisdom, whether it's the health journey that you're going through, your family members are going through? If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If I can answer it, I will pop on and do another. I'll cover it in an upcoming live. If you have questions about your mindset, about your growth, about some things you're confused about, confusion is a big stopper. Confusion falls under fear as well. If you have questions like that, you can put them in there too, and I'll address them in a future live stream. Quick update on the podcast. It is coming, I promise. I've just had to do a whole lot of back end stuff for our Hidden Wisdom program. I just created a free download for y'all who voted on getting a 5-step free guide for developing an abundance mindset on the page. Click it. You can download it for free. I've been doing a lot. There's one of me. Ashley's helping me though. Like she's helping with some things. So, and we're trying to get the YouTube channel done. But now that most of that stuff's done, I can focus on getting the podcast launch. So that is coming. My goal is to have it done by the end of the month. Right now, for the rest of this week into the middle of next week, I have clients and I have me. I'm considering myself a client. I have put myself on my schedule and blocked my time out to take care of me, because like anything else, and I tell my clients this, if it doesn't get on the schedule, it doesn't get done. So if you have stuff and you're like, I don't have time to cook, put it on your schedule. If you need to go to sleep at a certain time to make sure you're getting enough sleep so your body can recharge, put it on your schedule. Follow your schedule. Like, there's no excuse. Honestly, it's like even workouts. If it's not on my schedule, which my workouts aren't on my schedule because I don't have the strength, but when it wasn't on my schedule, I wasn't doing it. Schedule it, and then it'll get done. All right. Have a wonderful day. Happy Thursday. We're almost at the end of the week. And yeah, I love you guys. And I wish you many, many, many blessings. I'm going to be here for a while. Like, I'm not going anywhere. It got scary for a while. It got real scary for a while. But now we have progress. And it's shrinking. So I can't wait to come back and let you guys know what happens after 4 days straight. I'll see you guys later.